Hi, welcome to today's etiquette installment. My name is Chagoze Madindo and this is Educate the Citizens International Organization, ETSAIO for short. Happy International Women's Day to every awesome woman out there who is consistently rising above the stereotypes, the cultural norms, and the conditionings that we have been raised in. My shout out to you today is from the bottom of my heart, and I dedicate this video to you. As we come together to break the biases, the unfair inclinations, and the prejudices, we will soon discover that we are stronger and better together. Now, a time will come, and that time is now, when people will begin to compliment, commend, and celebrate what you do, who you're becoming, and all that you are evolving into. And you will need a huge dose of self-confidence, poise, and style to effectively give and receive compliments. And so I thought it was ahead of time to prepare you for that time, dear unbiased queen, by talking about the etiquette of compliments. Basically, the do's and don'ts and what is expected of you when giving and receiving compliments. I like to start by saying that a compliment is an amazing two-way gift that benefits both the giver and the receiver. Compliments cost nothing, but they mean everything, especially when given at the right time with the right dosage for the right people. Compliments have a lot of power, benefits, and uses. When you're meeting a stranger for the first time, a compliment is usually the best way to break the ice with that stranger. Compliments have been used to diffuse stress, to tighten bonds, to comfort, motivate, and even generally reward people. Compliments have been known to inspire people and uplift people's spirits. So compliments are really, really powerful. There's, however, a difference between compliments and flattery. Compliments are sincere and usually leave the recipient feeling good about themselves. Flattery, on the other hand, are exaggerated and excessive comments that are not real, that the giver does not mean. And people detect flattery from like a mile away, so you don't want to be caught dead giving a flattery compliment or making a flattery statement to somebody. So I'm just going to go right into it and talk about the do's and the don'ts of compliments. Number one, please do be generous with your compliments. Let people know that you appreciate them for the job well done, or for an inner quality, or even their appearances. These are some of the things you can compliment people on. Be free with your words. If someone does a good work, let them know. If people are efficient and reliable, please acknowledge it and let them know. If you like what someone is wearing or what they are putting on, reach out to them and affirm them. Compliments generally affirm people. It's like you're saying, this thing you're doing, I want you to consistently do it for me or for the organization, or just for yourself. Really, I want to keep seeing it. So you're affirming. When you give a compliment, you're affirming. So don't be stingy with it. Number two, please be sincere and mean it. Like I said earlier on, a lot of people can see through flattery. So you don't want to tell somebody something you know you don't mean, because it can be very annoying and they will detect it. So number two, be sincere and mean it. Number three, learn to use the right amount of words and use it in the right context. Don't say words that whose meaning you do not understand, and don't say it in a way that will come off almost as derogatory. And you're saying things like, it's your hair is mado, and not everybody understands that mado can also mean beautiful or out of the world, right? So learn to use the right words. And then you also want to watch your body language. There are times when you're saying something to somebody, you really mean it, but your body language is saying something else. So you come out of a meeting and your colleague, for instance, gave a powerful presentation. You don't want to go, your presentation was okay, I'm happy for you, you did well. Right? So that will just come off as wrong, envious, jealous. I don't know, like at the end of the day, the person will probably wish you'd never even told them anything in the first place, than to say it with so much attitude and so much disgust, as if you were forced to say it. So don't give compliments that show that you are forced. This point is very key. When you're giving a compliment, you need to know that it's okay to return it if and only if you find a reason to. Otherwise, don't give a response if you don't have to. So give this particular point is, do give a compliment if you feel you need to at the point, but don't feel obligated to give a compliment. I mean, because it's a gift. And if you give a casual compliment in response to another compliment, you have basically undervalued and shortchanged the gift. So if someone says, oh, your presentation was awesome, and you actually felt there was something they did during the presentation that you liked, that might be a good time to say, oh, I also like the points you raised, because that kind of added some color or some quality or some power to my presentation, right? So now to the don'ts. Don't number one, please don't be stingy with your compliments. If someone is doing something good and you like it, feel free to say it. It doesn't even remove anything from you. If at all, it adds to you. So please don't be stingy with your compliments. Secondly, don't give reverse compliments. So you want to say someone's dress is beautiful and you go, this your dress is ugly. Not everybody understands that that's a reverse compliment. Like, why be so dramatic? Just say your dress is fine, right? Say you did well. Say, I like the fact that you're this efficient. Don't say, oh, you can just be lazy or you're just funny. Yeah, it doesn't really show that you're a good person or you have a good sense of self or personhood. It can also sometimes also be interpreted to mean that you are envious or you are jealous, and you don't want that to happen. So don't give reverse compliments. When people are complimenting you, don't feel the need to interrupt by saying, are you serious? Yeah, just allow the person to exhaust all they are saying. Even when you know, because there are times when you know that you've done really well and people are telling you congrats, don't cut them short because, I already know. Oh, thank you. Oh, I already know. Yeah, no. That's really rude. And remember, compliments need to always be gracious and make the receiver and even the giver feel good about what they are doing, right? So don't interrupt. Allow the people to say what they need to say, and then you move on. Please don't exaggerate. Like I said, exaggerated compliments are flattery, and they're the lowest forms of compliments, if at all they are even compliments. People can see through it, and it's very, very annoying. Now, this point is very key. When people give you compliments, please don't respond with negative comments or ugly truths. Like me, my presentation was okay. How? Me that was just saying nonsense. Not only are you projecting your insecurities, but you're also discrediting the person. It's like almost telling them, you don't even know what you're saying. You're lying. How can you say that about me? That's exactly what you're saying. So don't do that. When someone says your hair is fine, don't go and say, this hair is very dirty. I've not even washed it. Or this cheap hair, I just bought it 5K. No. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that, guys. Receive compliments graciously. Say, oh, thank you very much. It means a lot to me that you're saying this. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I'm so grateful. Thank you very much. Or a quick thank you suffices, right? So you don't have to always let people know some ugly truths about the condition of things, or give them some critical negative comments. Please don't do that, okay? And then don't respond casually because you feel obligated to. So someone says, oh, I love this your car, and you're like, your bicycle doesn't look bad too. Yeah. Please don't do that. Very important. Please, guys, ladies, do not comment on or compliment people or comment on people's appearances, on their choice of fragrance, on their pregnancy, or some very sensitive topics that people do not necessarily want to talk about by virtue of the nature of that thing. So that being said, all of you that used to say, you have added, it's not a compliment, and you should stop saying that to people. Half the time, people who say these things have a very low self-esteem that they are trying to project on the next people. You need to learn to see people beyond their physical appearances. So stop paying so much attention to people's physical appearances and saying things like, you're fat, you're slim, You've lost too much weight. There are a million and one other things you can recognize about people that will make them feel good and also make you feel good. So don't tell somebody, for instance, on the choice of their fragrance, this your perfume smells like a man's perfume. Are you a man? Or you say things like, how can you be wearing feminine perfumes as a man? Yeah, don't say that, because it's their preference, so don't compliment on that. So you have added, it's not a compliment. I just thought I should, stay on that point a little bit. Okay, guys, so today we looked at the etiquette of compliments, and I hope you understand that compliments are gifts. They are really powerful, especially when used in the right context to the right people with just the right amount of dose. I'm hoping that as an unbiased queen, you're understanding what to do when it comes to giving and receiving compliments. I'll see you some other time. Remember to stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe below so that you can get notifications whenever we post stuff on our YouTube channel. I celebrate you. Have an amazing week ahead and learn to give compliments. Ciao, ciao.